So we have finally gotten a glimpse of our next controller agent, and from what I've seen so far, I think they are quite interesting. I will talk about their abilities first, and after that decide whether or not Clove will be a meta pick according to my opinion. Clove's first ability is Pick Me Up, where they absorb some HP from a fallen enemy while also getting a speed boost. It's a bit similar to Reyna's Overheal, which is such a great ability in rank, so I think quite a few people will pick Clove for this reason. This is a good ability for rank as it will motivate controller players to frag out a bit more and be more involved in the front lines. Another cool thing about this is that you don't need line of sight to use this ability unlike Reyna, so that's a plus. Next up we have Clove's Molly, which works a bit different from the other agents' mollies. It's not really meant to stall an enemy even though you can. This is because it detonates really quickly and the effect doesn't last for too long. It's more useful on attack when you want to get an enemy off an angle or make a gunfight easier. So yeah, it's not really meant for lineups as well. It can be quite decent if you pair it with other utility though. Now we have their smokes, which last about 14 seconds, basically around the duration of the smokes of Astra and Omen. It's not a universal smoke and instead functions like Brimstone's iPad where you have a limited range. So yeah, this can impact Clove quite a bit in the bigger maps just like how it affects Brimstone. But the unique thing about this agent is their ability to keep smoking for their team even when they get eliminated. It will only be limited to the range in which you die in, so keep that in mind. Despite that though, it's a decent ability as you can help smoke for your team during close plants or defending a site. Last but not least, we have Clove's ult, which is kind of a mix of Sage and Phoenix's ult. It can be kind of useful cause it allows you to reposition yourself when you activate it, similar to a Reyna Dismiss, but it can be quite situational cause there will be some instances where you can't use it cause you will be in a too exposed area and enemies could easily follow your body. Plus, if you use the ult and no enemies are nearby, you are in trouble cause you need to get a kill or a damaging assist, otherwise you are going to die. But even if that happens, you can argue that in certain situations it could distract the enemies for a while as you could still be a bit of a threat. So yeah, that's all of their abilities and I think Clove will be quite decent for ranked. This is because they are kind of self-sustaining, which will motivate a lot of people to pick up this agent as they just want to go around and mow people down. Being able to smoke after you die is also so helpful as even if your Clove overheats, they can still be useful when they are dead, unlike a dead Reyna. In terms of pro play though, I think they could be viable in some double controller comps. This is because as a solo controller, their range is just not that great. There's a reason you don't really see any solo Brims in VCT. But even in a double controller comp, I have a bit of a feeling that they won't be picked as much due to how powerful of a combo Omen and Viper are right now. Omen is very versatile as he can play aggressively with his TPs and flash, and he can also use those abilities to stall on defense. Viper is just the ultimate anchor for a site while also having smokes, so with both of these agents you have the right amount of balance. Clove is just not the best in either of those things. Their stalling potential is not as good as Viper's due to their limited range of the molly and how short of a duration that it lasts for. Omen's attacking ability is also better than Clove, so I don't really see why pro players would prioritize Clove when they have better options. But it could change very soon as Viper is definitely going to get a nerf soon due to her overwhelming pick rate. And I'm sure maybe some teams will pick Clove to try and throw off their enemies, and they at least have a unique ability which can be useful in pro play, which is being able to smoke after they have been eliminated. I think it's a given that this is a paper Rex kind of agent. So for me at least, I think Clove will be an excellent ranked agent, which could be a good thing as you would finally see more people picking the controller role. However, I don't think they will be as powerful in pro play as the strongest controllers right now are just better in what they provide. But this is all just my opinion at the end of the day, which is why I hope to hear some of yours in the comments below. And with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.